क्यों करे? कीर्तन क्यों करे? ये तो पद्धति नहीं है ना हमारा। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री द्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। तौ संतोषयता सन्तौ श्रीलरूप सनातनौ दाक्षिणात्येन भट्टेन पुनरेतद्विविच्यते तस्याद्यं ग्रन्थनालेकं क्रान्तव्युत्क्रान्तखण्डितम् पर्यालोच्यात पर्यायं कृत्वा लिखति जीवकः। हरे कृष्णा। So I welcome all of you for today's Bhakti Sandarbha class. So आइए let's explore some truths. No, and explore. So only few students, they're tired because of exam, writing exam and tired. Online में only online में भावग्रह alone gave exam. अच्छा अच्छा. But how many wrote online? They created the where they uploaded files. Link created ना? पूछिए अब सर मैं पूछता हूँ ठीक. Where are the online papers? Answer papers. Online student. Bhavgrahi, where you uploaded? Google link is given?
Yes, Prabhu. We have uploaded into the Google link only.
Okay, okay. So, okay, what is going on? Yesterday we were discussing, day before yesterday, day before, no, 2 days before. We were discussing about so this Samukyam is further divided. Samukyam is one is Jnanam, another is Bhakti. Bhakti is divided into two. So Paramatmanishta Bhakti, Bhagavanishta Bhakti. That means Bhakti targeted towards Paramatma, Bhakti targeted towards Bhagavan. So like this is two types. Once again, Paramatmanishta Bhakti is once again is two types. Samishti Rupa and Veshti Rupa. Samishti Rupa Param and Veshti Rupa. That means Paramatma, who is the controller of the total energy. So bhakti towards that Paramatma and bhakti towards the Veshti Paramatma. So Veshti Paramatma Nishta Bhakti, Samishti Paramatma Nishta Bhakti. So like this, we have seen once again two different categories there. Yes. So that is nothing but that bhakti is Vishesha Bhakti. That Paramatma Nishta Bhakti is Vishesha Bhakti. So it is discussed in the 10th, 11th, 8th chapter Bhagavad Gita, sloka number 9 and 10. Yes, 9 and 10 are 9 and 11. 10 and 11. So 8 and 9. So Veshti and Samishti we have seen. Samishti and Veshti we have seen 8 and 9. 8th canto, 8th sloka and 9th sloka. So, and what is remaining? That's a pure bhakti, Ananya bhakti, Bhagavan Nishta bhakti. That is also known as Ananya bhakti. It is described in the same chapter of the Bhagavad Gita 8:14. Something different I'm feeling. डोर बंद है क्या? क्यों ऐसा लग रहा है? कुछ सफोकेशन टाइप? हाँ हाँ, समथिंग इज स्टॉपिंग एक्चुअली. बोल दीजिए. एनर्जी सडनली डाउन लग रहा है एक्चुअली. हाँ, वेदर चेंज भी हो रहा है एक्चुअली. ड्राइनेस आ रहा है ना थोड़ा सा. ठंडी को बढ़ाना चाहिए अभी. तो then after that, so that means what? In this whole universe, absolute can be worshipped, either Brahman in the form of Brahman, Paramatma, or Bhagavan. That's all. Are there any further methods? You want to invent any new method? No, you cannot invent. So that's why any religion ultimately should come to this. Then only we should accept that as a religion. So now that means Jnanis they are realizing in the form of Brahman, yogis they are realizing in the form of Paramatma, and bhaktas they are realizing in the form of Bhagavan. All these three so are discussed in Bhagavad Sandarbha and Paramatma Sandarbha. Absolute truth is realized in the form of Brahman and Bhagavan, that is discussed in Bhagavad Sandarbha. In Paramatma Sandarbha, so absolute truth is realized in the form of Paramatma, that is described in Paramatma Sandarbha. Simple, this much only. Nothing more, no complex. Oh, internet is not there. Acha, acha, acha. I got. So next, after that, this Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. These aspects are discussed in the different parts of the our Bhagavatam. Yes, Kapil Geet and also Brahmaji's prayers. Those we are going to see now. So Kapil Dev is explaining these three aspects. पृथक् परस्परम् अन्यदृशो भावो भावना येषु तथा विदैः ज्ञानादिभिरेक एव परिपूर्णः स्वरूपगुणः परब्रह्मीयते परमात्मीयते भगवांश्च ईयते. That means one truth only, paripurna swarupa gunah, but he is realized differently by the different upasakas. Someone is realizing him as Parabrahman, someone are realizing him as Paramatma, and someone are realizing him as Bhagavan. But that is only one. Like in the house also only one father. So and also he is father to someone and he is so brother to someone and he is husband to someone, he is son to someone. So the personality is same, but based upon their sambandha, that means based upon their so a different relationship, so he is so reciprocating differently with them. They are seeing in different way. So similarly, Paramatma, Brahm, supreme truth is also is seen by the different upasakas in different way. Vivrutam cha etas samukyatrayam bhagavat paramatma sandarbhayoho. So all these are all explained in the, so Brahman is explained in the Bhagavad Sandarbha, Paramatma, Bhagavan is also explained in the Bhagavad Sandarbha, and Paramatma aspect is explained in Paramatma Sandarbha. So here, Brahmanaha atapi bhuman, in this references he is giving. Jiva Goswami is giving the some references. 10, 14, 6, atapi bhuman. So the complete sloka I will just read and explain. This here in this place we will be seeing the so discussion of the Brahman. So tatapi bhuman mahima gunasyate viboddhumarhatyamalantaraatmabhihi avikriyat swanubhavadarupato hyananya bodhyatmataya na chanyatha. The simple meaning, if you see, tatapi bhuman, that means Lord Brahmaji is addressing to the Lord. You know, this is the Brahma Vimohan Leela. So this chapter is referring to the what? Brahmaji is glorifying Supreme Lord Krishna. So he is glorifying in this way. Bhuman, that means, oh all pervasive, oh Supreme Personality of Godhead. Mahima agunasyate vibhodhumarhati amalantaratmabhihi. That means these yoga, these jnanis, amalantaratmabhihi means who purified their heart. That is jnanis. They are knowing your so agunasya mahima. That means your impersonal feature. How they are able to know? Avikriyat. Avikriyat. Avikriyat means they are making their heart non-reactive to the any gunas. That means they are practicing such a way, their heart is such a hard stone. So it is not going to react for any object. That means they are nirvikalpa vedaha. That means they are not seeing the any difference between any two objects. How they are not able to see difference? Because they are not seeing the features of that object. So such a practice they did. It's a very tough job. So because of this, and also then they are seeing everything as one. If you start not seeing the attributes of the object, so then what will happen? You will not see any difference between two objects. Then you will be seeing everything as one. So then, so he is also ananya bodhyatmataya. Then he is also not seeing the difference between himself with that one. Then it is Brahman. That one, everything is Brahman. So like this, so we are seeing the mentioning of, you'll be seeing the Bhagavad Sandarbha also, same sloka is taken by the Srila Jiva Goswami and explained in the Anucheda, in the Bhagavad Sandarbha, very early Anucheda only you can see. So ultimately, anyway, this is just a reference to say that Lord is realized in the form of Brahman. Next, Lord is realized in the form of Paramatma. Further, we are seeing in the one more place. Second canto, second chapter, 8th sloka. Kechis swa dehantara hrudayavakashe pradesha matram purusham vasantam ityadina. So 2 to 8. Lord is, that means it is about the second canto, second chapter. You might be remembering this is about the this is telling about the how to meditate on the Paramatma. That means this is yoga actually. Yoga process is explained here. Then after that, in that we are also seeing the Krama Mukti and Sadhya Mukti, and also if neophyte yogis who are not able to meditate on directly on the Paramatma. Initially, Sukadeva Goswami explains in that chapter, one has to meditate on the Paramatma. If he is failing to meditate on him in his heart, that means not able to see the Paramatma and meditate on him, then what he has to do? He has to meditate on Virat Rupa. So by meditating on the Virat Rupa, one's heart is purified. So in the purified heart, he is able to see Paramatma. So then he started once again coming to the Paramatma. So then after that, so he will be doing the Shat Chakra Yoga to uplift his. So when they leaving the body, to uplift his prana from the down to up, and finally to leave his body from this, he'll be using the Shat Chakra Yoga. So while at that point of leaving his body, so he will be, if he is having any not desire, if he is having the any kind of curiosity is different from the desire. If he is having the desire, if he is having some curiosity to know the higher, the pleasure in the higher planets, he doesn't have any desire to enjoy, but he has, because the heart is already purified, just curiosity is there. Then there is, he will be traveling to the step by step. Yeah, Krama Mukti. So that is first he will be going the Vaishwanara Loka. There he will be purified. Then he will be getting the different bodies. This bodies means which are suitable to enjoy that pleasure. That enjoy or see. If you taste it, then anxiety will, that's curiosity will go. Then finally, he is coming to leaving the Brahmanda after crossing all the layers and merging into the Paramatma. So this will happen.
So see, then there will be a chance that we can be in material world out of curiosity rather than desire to enjoy independent.
Yes.
Independent.
You have curiosity and enjoyment, both are having different. If you have curiosity, that is different, but enjoyment is there, then you will be bondage. Bondage will be getting. I think maybe you are having curiosity. Curiosity leads to the enjoyment slowly. वो अच्छा ये ऐसा रहता है. तो enjoy कर दिया जाए. But he purified a heart, so that's why his curiosity will not bind him back. But if you have curiosity and started tasting the different pleasures, then you will be. Good question. Keep it up. Next. So where we are seeing about the Bhagavan in the Bhagavatam, that means Bhagavan feature is explained. That's realizing the Bhagavan. Actually, 10:14:6 is telling about the realization of Brahman. 2 to 8, 8 and consecutive slokas, next slokas are telling about the realizing of Paramatma, and realizing the bhakti, Bhagavan is explained in the Vyasdev Samadhi words. That means Yasyam Sriyamanayam Krishne Purushe Bhakti Utpadyate. So that's why by constant hearing of the Lord's glories, one is able to get the loving devotional service to Krishna. So that we are discussing in the that section, first canto 7 chapter 4. So that means he gave now the proof that after telling that absolute truth can be realized in these three ways, and so how to realize those, in brief, the just references he gave. 10.14.6 for the Brahman, 2 to 8 for the Paramatma, 1, 7, 4 onwards for the Bhagavan. Okay, that is over. Next, we'll go to the next point. Tathacha yadyapi samukitvena anavishtam gnanadi trayamapi tadvai mukhya pratiyogi bhavet. Samukitvena anavishtam gnanadi trayamapi tadvai मुख्य प्रतियोगी भवेत् तथापि श्रेयस्रुतिं भक्ति मुदस्य. Students are disappearing every day. New faces, old faces going and new coming. Like 3 modes, sometimes up and down, new modes. Like that, different people but at least 10 students are coming, at least. Almost all 10 students, they come. I don't know, you people all internally discuss and come, or it happens. That means someday some 10 pages new and next day another 10 pages. So that I should not feel bad. Really very good this is actually. Good cooperation among all of you. At least making sure that at least 9-10 students will be there on the online. And similarly on site also 9-10 students. Teacher should not feel bad. Good. Really wonderful actually. At least they have that much concern after 1 or 2 days and coming once. So okay. So what we are seeing now. Okay, here Brahma, Paramatma, Bhagavan. What is Samukyam for this? Gnanam, Paramatma, Vishishta Bhakti. That is Yoga Mishra Bhakti, whatever. Vishishta Bhakti and Ananya Bhakti. These are the Samukyam. This is absolute truth is realized in these 3 ways, and for that Samukyam is this. Okay. In all these 3, what is the common feature? Like you see, in every human being, what is the common thing? In every human being, what is the common? In every cat's 4 legs. 3 legs cat also is there. You don't know. Sometimes you can see a broken cat. That's a cat. In everything, in every human being, what is common? In every pen, what is common? Every pen, what is common? Ink is common. Wow. Okay. Wonderful. Wow. So, in every human being, what is common? Manushyatvam. In every pen is what is common? So, penitvam. Yes or no? So, Manushyatvam is common in everyone. In Gnanam, Vishishta Bhakti and Ananya Bhakti, what is common? What is common? Samukyam. Yes or no? Yes, everything is Samukyam or not? So that's why everything is Pratiyogi. Pratiyogi for all these 3 are Pratiyogi for what? Vaimukyam. What is meaning of Pratiyogi? Like you see, this is Bhutala. Here, absence of pot is there. Absence of pot. What is the pratyogi for the absence of pot? Pot. Pot is pratyogi for absence of pot. Ghata bhava. What is the pratyogi for the ghata bhav? Ghataha. Ghata bhav means absence of pot. What is the pratyogi for the absence of pot? Ghata, pot. So what is the pratyogi for the samukyam? What is the pratyogi for the vaimukyam? Samukyam. That can be given by, that is possible by either Brahma, Gnanam, Vishishta Bhakti, or Ananya Bhakti. Yes? Okay. So tathacha yadyapi samukyattvena avishishtam gnanaditrayamapi. That means being opponent. Pratyogi means opponent to the vaimukyam. All these three are equal. Being opponent to the vaimukyam, all these three are equal or not? As the opponent of the vaimukyam, these three are equal or not? In the form of samukyam. Coming on. Simple words, simple thing, but I am just twisting with the terminology. Like if the absence of human being is there in this room. So manushya bhavaha. So what is the pratyogi for that? Manushya. Manushya means anyone can, na? Sri Charan or otherwise Rangmay Prabhu or Tapomay. Anyone can be the pratyogi for absence of human being. Yes. Similarly, for vaimukyam, so anyone can be the pratyogi. So that means being a pratyogi for vaimukyam, all these three are equal. That's the point. But still, that means of course the three are equal, being a opponent or pratyogi to the vaimukyam, or otherwise being a samukyam, all these three are equal, but still there is difference that we are going to deal, because we want to establish this as yes or no? Of course these three are equal. In what way? Being a samukyam, pratyogi to the vaimukyam. Very good. This so being a samukyam or otherwise being a pratyogi to the vaimukyam, all these three are equal, but difference also is there. So what is the difference that we are going to see? Then by understanding that difference, then so this is samukyam means it is the one thing you should accept in your life for attaining the absolute truth. So that's why you have to really examine now and finally come to the conclusion. Otherwise your life is wasted. If you don't come to yes or no, Tapomai, we should find out or not. So what is the best samukyam we should take up? Let us see now. Online students getting? So, which is best one? Let us see. Out of this, of course, these three are equal in the sense of samukyam. Sorry. श्रेयस्रुतिं भक्तिम् उदस्यते विभो क्लिश्यन्ति ये केवल बोधलब्धये. Who is saying? Our grandfather, Brahmaji, great grandfather. We all came from him only, na? Yes or no? We came from some other than Brahmaji. Everyone is coming from Brahmaji, but why we have this many Varanas? But if people simply artificially feel that I am belong to this dynasty, that dynasty, but if you see root cause is one only. Yes, coming from one Brahmaji only, first living entity. Everything coming from his body only. So that we have only one ancestor, not. Huh? Yeah. Your ancestors, my ancestors, all are having the same origin. So we are all equal. Even materially also, if you see. Yes. No? Yes or no? बोलते हैं ना मेरा ये दादा है वो है, लेकिन आप दादा का दादा पास जाइए तो अल्टीमेट दादा एक ही है ना, तो क्यों डिफरेंस? तो क्या बोल रहे हैं एक्चुअली? श्रेयश्रुतिम भक्ति मुदस्यते केवल बोध लिब्धये क्लिश्यन्ति ये केवल बोध लब्धये. My dear Lord, devotional service unto you is the best path for self-realization. If someone gives up that path and engages in the cultivation of speculative knowledge, he will simply undergo a troublesome process and will not achieve his desired result, as a person who beats an empty husk of wheat cannot get grain. One who simply speculates cannot achieve self-realization. His only gain is trouble. So what is the connection? Our goal is what? Out of these three, which is the best one we want to find? So, but Brahmaji, what he is saying, our super acharya, first acharya, our first acharya is saying that to the Lord himself. Shreyas Srutim, that means the auspicious path. Sruti means path. Shreyas Srutim. What is that auspicious path? Bhaktim. Bhakti is the auspicious path. Udasya, living. So leaving the bhakti, which is auspicious path. So whoever is taking up the what? Kevala bodha labdaye. That means they are trying to get the gnana. That means they are trying to realize absolute truth in the form of Brahman. So kevala bodha labdaye klishyanti. That means to get the knowledge about the Brahman. They want to realize Brahman. Getting knowledge of the Brahman means they want to be realized soul of Brahman. Then what will happen? Tesham kleshala eva sishyate. For them, what is remaining? Only hard labor. Tesham klesha. It means if you leave bhakti and if you endeavor for getting the Brahma Gnanam, you will end up with the klesha. Can you give example? Example is there. Like if you beat the empty husk, there are no grains. If you leave the bhakti and if you try for the gnana, it's end up with the labor. So that means what? You are not taking up bhakti and practicing simply gnana. Hard labor. It's not simply useless. It is, if it is simply useless, no problem. It's hard labor. It is giving pain to you, na? So that's why, by the statement of our great Acharya Brahmaji, we are ruling out from the list. It is now out from the race. रेस से बाहर हट गए वो. तो नेक्स्ट वर्ड इत्यादो भक्ति विना केवल ज्ञान Jnanasya akinchit karatvat. Sanskrit also very easy. You follow, try to follow. What is there? Bhaktim vina, that means without bhakti. Kevala gnanam, that means practicing for the Brahma gnanam. Is what? Akinchit karatva. That means that gnanam is not going to do akinchit. Kinchit means something. Akinchit means nothing. It is nothing. Simple gnanam is nothing without bhakti. Purely gnanam is nothing. This book is 323. I shared with everyone this file, PDF file is sent in the link group, Bhakti Sandarbha group. I sent Hindi, Devanagari Lipi. Total file I sent. Bhakti Sandarbha module 2. Atrapi cha also tasmad madbhakti yuktasya ityado bhaktehe tan nirapakshatvat. Okay. 11, 20, 31. We are going to now 11, 20, 31. That means what? Whoever is doing you have to remember now. So whoever in the society doing the karmi, he is doing karma kanda, he came in contact with the jnanis, and after that he is becoming serious in the practicing the jnana process, and he left completely bhakti, then his life is becoming miserable. His life will be miserable. So fortunately we are saved actually, because we came in contact with the devotees. So, but initially, if you are coming in contact with the jnanis, and if you develop shraddha in Jnana Marga, then what could have happened? Then you will be now in the Himalayas, trying very hardly. So, dhyayato vishayan pumsa sangaste shobhajayite. So, because you are trying to control your mind, and with the techniques, with the knowledge, that means I am not body, I am the soul. With this knowledge, and everything is Brahman, everything is one. So fix that my heart should not respond to any sense objects. So let me reject everything. So don't see any. So all these are all simply temporary. So actual fact is everything is one. No attributes, nothing. So let me try. So you try one, then you will. It will be very difficult process. Kleshodikatarastesham avyakta chetasa. It's there. It's not that it's not possible. It's possible. On many places in the Bhagavatam it is condemned. So that's why we are saved. So by not going to that path. Someone may say that what? Our bhakti is there. Anani bhakti, whatever bhakti. So that bhakti needs this gnanam or not? That means initially, that means I am not body, I am the soul. This knowledge is needed or not for to become devotee? Yes? Subhangi Mataji? She is saying something.
Yes, Prabhuji, we need jnana, but not kevalam jnanam. It is associated with bhakti to understand the Lord. Bhagavat jnana.
Bhagavad Jnana is bhakti only, Mataji. We are not discussing that. This Brahma Jnanam. Brahma Jnanam, Tat Jnanam, Tvam Jnanam. These are the three actually. Tat Jnanam, Tvam Jnanam, Aikya Jnanam. So actually, if you really want to see, this is also is containing three components in this. What is that? Tvam Jnanam, Tvam Jnanam, Tad Jnanam. Next, Aikya Jnanam. Tvam Jnanam, how you will get? By practicing the Karmarpanam with the Tyaga Buddhi. That means Nishkama Karma Yoga, if you do, then you will be getting the Tam gnana means I am not body, I am soul. Then that is a sthita pragnatvam. Swatma Vishya Gnanam you will be getting. That means I am soul. Then by studying the Upanishads, you will be getting the Tat Gnanam. Then after that, by doing the some yoga, that means practicing of the Ashtanga Yoga and so on. So meditating on the Brahman, then you will be getting the Aikya Gnanam.
Tvam Jnanam, Tat Jnanam, and Aikya Jnanam. Tvam Jnanam is to realize the self, and Tat Jnanam is to realize the all pervading.
Not realizing, understanding, that is Gnanam only.
Understanding. Okay.
Yeah, understanding the Brahman as without attributes. Everything is.
That is an all pervading spirit, right?
Yeah.
And Aikya means merging into and becoming one.
Yeah.
Ekatvam, right?
Yes. So these three are components are there in the Gnanam. So this Gnanam is needed for the Bhakti. That means I am not body. Tam Gnanam means I am not body, I am the soul. This Gnanam is needed or not? Rangmay Prabhu, needed or not? Nainam chindanti sastrani, nainam dati pavaka, na chainam kledayantyapo, na soshayati maruta. Is it needed or not? Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu, dhruvam janma mritasya ja, tasmada pariharyarthe, natvam sochitum arhasi. This is needed or not? What Rupa Goswami is saying? Anyway, why we have to discuss with ourselves? Archana Bhakti Mataji, what Rupa Goswami is saying? You tell me.
Prabhuji, Rupa Goswami says that in the beginning, this jnana will be useful to enter into bhakti, but after entering into bhakti, you don't have to stick to jnana marga or take, like use the jnana and austerity.
Yeah, just for the initial startup, it's like an entry door for the jnana. Maybe it's not necessary actually. It can be. It can be. It can be. So, but not necessary. Just to understand the difference between body and soul. Then after that understanding, I am servant of the Lord, it will become easy actually. In that way it is. So Rupa Goswami says in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So it can be the entry door for the bhakti, but it is not compulsory for the bhakti. So that means this jnanam, that means our bhakti, ananya bhakti is not depending on the jnanam. So where you can prove this?
In the first wave, Swalpa Ruchi Evasyat Bhakti Tattva Avadbodhika says, if you develop some taste for hearing Bhakti literature, then there is no question of jnana required.
There is no need. It's not compulsory.
So,
Tasmat mad bhakti yuktasya ityado bhaktehe tan nirpekshatvat. 11, 20, 31 you see. Then you will understand. 11, 20, 31. Everything is. Once if you come into the structure, then everything will become very easy now. Now nothing. Now all the scriptures, all the instructions here and there, everything will be in the inline. You will not get any confusion actually. All fusion will go out. And (11, 20, 31). Tasmad mad bhakti yuktasya yogino vai madatmanah na gnanam na cha vairagyam prayasreyo bhavediha. Hey Uddhav, therefore, mad bhakti yuktasya, whoever is endowed with my bhakti. So, madatmanah, who already absorbed in me. Na gnanam na cha vairagyam. That means, so for him, this gnanam or vairagyam, sreyo bhavediha, they are not going to become any auspicious paths. They are not necessary for my devotee. In Bhakti Rasam Sindhu also you'll be seeing the same sloka there. Rupa Goswami accepts Jnanam as sometimes can be. So that's why Prabhupada also preaches initially in the Western world to make them to understand. So they are not body. So he'll be preaching this second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita very extensively. But actually, ultimately, so once one get the faith in the bhakti, then there is no need of that. You don't need to practice every day. I am Atma, I am not body. But you just need to practice, I am servant of the Lord. This is the how to serve the Lord. This is the important. So that's why if someone is getting any disease or anything, oh, you are not body, Prabhu, you are soul. Why you are suffering? Huh? That is a gnani statement. Very hard-hearted people. But devotees will not treat like that. Devotees see that everyone is a servant of the Lord, not the you are a soul and you are not body, you don't should feel any pain in this. And that is matra sparsha astu kaunteya sitoshna sukha dukkadaha agama payano anityaha tan titikshasva bharata. They are coming and going. Why you have to take lamentation, my dear Bharata? This is very hard philosophy actually. Signanis, they are sitting in the Himalayas and they are practicing on this, trying to come out from the bodily consciousness like this. But devotees are very loving and caring. They should have care for the other devotees. Devotees are body is also important. Yes or no?
What about Jnanis Prabhuji? They are not
Because their body is the instrument in the service of the Lord. क्या क्यों हंस रहे बोलो माइक दे दो उसको बोलो इतना हंस रहे शांति शांति शांति.
But devotees are automatically out of bodily consciousness, so they need not practice jnana. So because of their absorption in pastimes of the Lord, they are automatically out of body consciousness.
They are out of bodily consciousness, but we should not be like that for others. You can be yourself. Then our society will become very dry and very difficult society. We cannot live here actually. even perfect devotee also. So it's not that the Prabhupada got disease. Okay, anyway, he is not body. Why he will be feeling pain? You can leave him. We should give treatment. That he will do. So devotee's body is also becoming spiritualized actually, It's an instrument in the service of the Lord. Anything useful in the service of the Lord, how you will treat that? You will just take it as a matter and leave it. So, but devotees are, recently we have seen this, where I have seen? This Kapila Bhagavan's teachings. Today's in the exam I gave actually. In today's exam I gave, so that Srila Sarartha Darshini, based upon Sarartha Darshini, I was asking Kapila Bhagavan's teachings, how they are so ultimately leading into the bhakti. So that I was asking. So devotee there, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is writing in that 11th canto, 32nd chapter, 23 and 24 sloka. So there Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was writing. What he was writing? He was writing that, so when devotees are fully absorbed in the Lord's glories, so at that time, so they are forgetting they are in the body. So in that way, that means in the bhakti, how jnana is there. In this way it is there. But in the case of the jnanis, they are rejecting. They are not seeing the difference between anything and rejecting this neti neti. But in the case of the devotees, being absorbed in the Lord's pure qualities, they are forgetting. Yes.
But if you see in the Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna is speaking in the second chapter, he's also using the neti concept, nainam chanyanti, na enam, na jayate, na, all this neti concept to establish you're not the body, you're the spirit soul. So how do we understand in this?
There is jnana. In the society, people are karmis. They should do karmarpanam for the Lord to get the jnana. That angle is discussed there.
Okay. But is it not that for all three practitioners, Sankhya, that is, you're not the body or the spirit soul, for all three paths, it is a foundation?
All three paths?
Whether it is Ashtanga Yoga, Jnana Yoga, or Bhakti Yoga, Sankhya, that is analysis between matter and spirit, is like a base, if you see.
No, for Bhakti, only Shraddha is the thing, that's all. Nothing is, even Shraddha is also not needed. In the Krupa case, Krupa Siddhas. For Bhakti, nothing is base. Bhakti is the base.
Bhaktya Sanjayate Bhaktya.
Yeah. Self-dependent. सिर्फ बाहर कैसे पानी आ रहे हैं? कैसे लीक हो रहे हैं? चलो. So that means from this we are understanding from the Krishna statement to the Uddhava. So what he is saying, if one is endowed with my bhakti and whose mind is absorbed in me, for him nothing to do with the jnana and vairagya. So that means bhakti is purely independent from the jnana. So that's why we have that means completely you can leave jnana. That means in your life there is no need to practicing of the tvam jnanam, tat jnanam and aikya jnanam. This is clear. If you, let us example, you are now first of all karmi and some devotee came in association with you, then you started offering your karma to the Lord with love. At that time you are not knowing I am the body and I am not so body, I am soul. So you started believing the words of the sadhu and doing offering. Then keep on, you are like other people, you are getting attachment. If you serve, keep on serving someone, you'll be getting the love for him or not? Yes, it's obvious actually. If you serve anyone, so you'll be getting the love for him. That's natural in the material world also. If it's not that he is what and what details you don't need. If you keep on serving, you'll be getting love for him. So similarly, if someone is not knowing that he is not body and Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, but he got the naturally love being by serving again and again, and then he got the taste to hear, and after that, he got full Shraddha in him, like that. Taste he got otherwise. He fully got taste in hearing. Then, so he is not coming to know about the Krishna is supreme personality of God. Because of this taste, he keep on doing, and he is fully absorbed in him. Even Krishna as a simple person, if he is absorbed, will he get the final success or not? As a friend, he served, and his whole life he served, and he fully, so he's seeing him as a friend only, or a simple lover. So, but he doesn't know he is not body, he is not his soul. So he knows himself as just I am a friend, or I am a lover, or I am a servant. Then he'll go back to Godhead or not? Yes, that's why bhakti doesn't dependent on any jnana. Yeah. But these I am not body, these are all needed for us, crooked people. Because our mind will not accept this. Why Krishna is supreme personality? Why not I am? This is the problem. Yeah.
So in 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, so Lord says, Brahma Bhuta Prasanna Atma
Na sochati na
kankshati
Mad bhaktim lavate.
Sarveshu Bhuteshu Mad Bhakti Lavate. It is Parabhakti. So before attaining Parabhakti, all these are stages.
It's not stages actually. Let us take in this someone came in contact with the Gnanis and he started practicing Gnana Marga and he reached to the himself as Brahma Bhuta Pasannatma. That means I am Brahman, and he is in the his consciousness is merged into the Brahman. He is seeing everything Nirvikalpa Gnanam. That means so Nirvikalpa Nirbheda. That means Nirbheda Gnanam. That means he's not seeing any differences. But he came in contact with the devotees. Then his pleasure, whatever he is getting in the Brahman, that is also defeated. And he is coming to the devotion. Who is that? Sukadeva Goswami. Who is that? One more. Sanat Kumaras. That means there Brahma Buddha Prasanna Atmana Sochitina Kankshati is not a sequential step. It is someone reached to that stage, but they're provided. That means Samas Sarveshu Bhuteshu. That how it will happen. So there you should consider if there is an association that you should take of devotee. Provided there is association of devotees, then they will become like this.
So if one gets directly the taste of bhakti, then he doesn't require Tadgnan.
Nothing. No need of anything.
Prabhuji, we also see the cases where a bhakta, after associating with non-bhaktas and karmis, goes in karmis life. Then how to explain this? Even Gyanis, after getting association with the bhaktas, they are coming to a bhakti platform after realizing that bhakti having more taste.
Yes.
But even bhaktas also going back to a karmis life. Then how we can explain this?
Yeah, because Gyanis who are really realized Brahman, they are also getting attraction for the Krishna Katha and coming to the bhakti, and who are bhaktas, they are going back and taking up the karma with this. Because they didn't become, they're becoming bhaktas first of all, you should understand. So what is meaning of bhakta? That means here now he already stepped down into the elevator, or he's still here. Ananya Bhakti ladder he didn't catch, actually. So he's in maybe he is now karmi and got association, offering the results of the karma to the Lord with love and doing some chanting. Then it is a karma mishra bhakta. So such a person, so he's still there only. Ananya Bhakta, so that means who already sit in the elevator of the Ananya Bhakti. And before Ruchi, there is a chance to come back. Even at the stage of Bhava also he can come back and becoming attached to the material objects. So that person, why he will become attached to the material objects? Because of offenses, results of the offenses. That is a Bhaktinishta Chavaka Vastantra Abhinivesha. Because of aparadha, he will be kicked out. And but here, who didn't catch the elevator, who are really still here only, and they have now already all varieties still they are seeing. There is tasting bhakti and also some kind of enjoyment.
If they will also say that in some aparadhas in Gyanas, in Gyani's path, they are going back to bhakti. They also did aparadha in Gyani's path.
So there is aparadha in the Gnani path, that's why they are going to bhakti. So that's why bhakti is inferior to the Gnana. You want to establish this. So, but for that, if you want to establish, then you have to explain. So aparadha towards whom? Because in the case of the Gnanis, everything is one. There is no need of doing aparadha towards the Gnani. What kind of aparadha will happen in the Gnana? Tell me, in the bhakti process, Krishna is there and you are not respecting him or devotees, then no problem. Everything is so one, so there will be no offense at all. Yeah.
Regarding Brahma Bhuta stage, Mad Bhakti Labhate Param. In the next verse, it is said, Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati Yavan Yaschashmi Tatvata Tato Mam Tatvato Gyatva Vishete Tad Anantaram. But for this, in the flow of the Gita, Vishnu Chakra Thakur speaks about these 4 types of Gyanis. and among them who gets actually liberation.
Yeah.
So he speaks about it. So it is, Mad Bhakti Labhate Param, then how we should understand that it is that, because in the flow, Vishnu Chakatakur is saying about the Gyanis only is speaking there.
Yeah, but if you take Jiva Goswami's commentary on this, we have Jiva Goswami's commentary also. So he says, this sloka, same sloka is taken in the several places of the Bhagavad commentary, so to establish, so bhakti is superior to the jnana.
Jnana. Okay.
Or otherwise, you can take this jnana, someone is already the Brahma Bhuta, that means Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma, you are saying, that means already he reached the Brahman. Yes, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma means, so he is seeing everywhere Brahman only, and he is fully blissful actually. Na sochati na kankshati means no lamentation, no hankering. And being samas sarveshu bhuteshu madbhakti labhate param. So how he is getting the bhakti? So is it necessary condition for everyone? There the Acharya was describing this. We have to see if someone Acharya is describing differently, then whole beginning sloka how he took, and from there only we should come to the conclusion. So, but present context, if you see your in the view of Srila Jiva Goswami, so it is said that when that kind of Brahman realized soul is coming in contact with the devotees, so he will be getting the highest, that means than the jnana, that is bhakti. Yeah. So here now yat karma bir yat tapasa ityado anushangika sarva phalatvacha gnanamapi nyakrutam. And one more thing, whatever you are going to get from the karma, gnana, vrata, dana, tapa, vairagya, all these things you will be getting as a side products of bhakti. So see here, first of all, gnana is rejected without bhakti, and bhakti is not dependent on gnana, and bhakti can give the results given by the gnana also. Then why you need to practice gnana? Is there any need? No. If you want, the result of gnana can be achieved by the bhakti, and bhakti doesn't depend on that gnana, and gnana without bhakti cannot function. Then why we have to take up the process of gnana sammukyam? Is there any need? No need. That's the point here is. So this is the thing which will develop you shraddha. So how, if you have to see whole picture, that means if you are studying this thing, this knowledge without relating to the vyavahara jagat, then you will think that in the class you are hearing something, and after going to outside, then you will be thinking, what is this? We are not discussing in the class this whole material world and these things. You will be getting such a, that means bewilderment. But here we are seeing the whole society also we are bringing up. That is a karmi who are following the varnashma for their own sense gratification are known as karmis. And also we have seen, we categorize whole society. Karmi society, Vikarmi society. As and after that, in the karmi also we have various categories. Who got association of the jnanis and who got association of the bhaktas, and who didn't get any association. 3. So that means someone started as a gnana path, and someone started as bhakti path, and someone is still karmis. And another category is vikarmis. Vikarmis also who got the association of the bhaktas. Okay. Are there anyone is apart from this in this whole world? Tell me.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Oh my God.
I said bhakti will give everything.
Yes.
But
Not
one thing bhakti will not give, Prabhuji. That is
bhakti
that is self-satisfactory enjoyment on our behalf.
Achha. Bhakti is giving everything. There are so many cases are there. Bhakti is like a kalpataru. So it's like a kalpataru. Whatever you want, you can. So there are many examples. So Artho, Artharthi, Gnani, Jignasu and Gnani, all these are approaching the Lord and they are getting. If they are not getting, can you see this much propagation of bhakti? Without any result, can you get this much propagation in the society? Practically, you see. So that's why bhakti is, who is the pramana? Shastra is the pramana. Who is that Shastra? Bhagavatam is a Pramana. So how we should accept Bhagavat? Then go for the other Pramanas and read the Tattva Sandarbha. So it is clearly demolished all other Pramanas, Pratyaksha, Anumana, whatever logics, all are destroyed, and finally Vedas are established as a Sabda Pramana is highest, and in that, so Bhagavatam is the highest Pramana, and that Bhagavatam is saying what? The Bhakti is going to give everything. So that's why this is a proof. So any philosophy has to be presented based upon Pramanas. So first of all, we should develop the Pramanas for our philosophy. Then you can propagate. You can propagate any philosophy in this whole world, no problem. But first of all, you should establish Pramanas, authentic Pramanas for that. Like Charvakas, they say that Pratyaksha Pramana is only the ultimate. They reject other Pramanas, and based upon that Pratyaksha Pramana, they establish their Pantha. So that is the way. So, but after that, other Acharyas came and they smashed like anything. How can you say only Pratyaksha is Pramana? There are the defects in the Pratyaksha Pramana. And then after that, Nayayikas came and they accept the Shabda and, Pratyaksha and Anumana, and also somewhat Shabda. Then after Vedantis came and they said that Shabda is the highest. And there is a fighting for all of these also. So like Buddhas, they came and they don't accept any Shabda, Gibda, nothing. They accept only Buddhists, Sunyava. Buddhas also, Buddhists, they accept Pratyaksha and Anumana. Their Anumana is a powerful Tarka actually. It's unbelievable. Your brain will swing actually if you enter into that. It will really, it's a heavy mind game actually. It will smash. So like anything, their arguments.
So I was reading Buddhist philosophy in my philosophy course.
It is smashing your brain.
And I was discussing with Madhav. He is Bhakta and I am Buddhist. So it was like.
Okay, next. So Yat karma bir yat tapasa ityado anushangika sarva falatvacha gnanamapi nyat tataha avishtayam avashishtayam savisheshopasana rupayam bhaktaucha vishnu rupam abahumanyamanaha kechit nirakareshwarasya anyakareshwarasya cha upasanam yam manyante sapi nyatkrutasthi. Whenever we need, we make these two are one, and sometimes we make these two are different. So this is Brahman. Brahman is realized through the Gnana. This is okay. And these two are known as Savisheshopasanam. Yes or no? Savisheshopasanam. Savisheshopasanam. These two are comes under Savishesh. Because in these two, that means Paramatma is also having the form, Bhagavan is also having the form. So both are the Savishesho, comes under the Savisheshopasana. So in this, other than any Vishnu, other than the Vishnu, other than Vishnu's form, smell is coming. खिड़की बंद करिए, बंद करके फैन डालिए. So okay, Savishesha means form, Vishesha that means Nirvishesha. Jnana means worshipping absolute truth without form, and now worshipping the absolute truth with form. So what form we should take? So Vishnu and related form, Vishnu's related forms. Shall we take this? And can we take other than the Vishnu's forms also here? Like Brahmaji, like the Shiva, like Indra, like Chandra, like otherwise, other mother, father, friend. These forms also can we take and worship? Accepting this as absolute truth? No. No. Only Vishnu. Savishesha form is, it should be Vishnu. Vishnu, obviously Krishna also. So that's why Vishnu Rupam. So in the Shastra, in the other places of the Shastra, worshipping the other forms. That means other forms means other than the Vishnu. Worshipping the forms other than the Vishnu is also nekrutam, rejected. Nirvishesha form is also rejected, and also other forms also rejected. Others means other than the Vishnu. So where it is rejected? In the Bhagavatam. The context is Hiranyakashipu's case you should take now. Hiranyakashipu's case we should take. Nyakrutam tatah avishishtayam savisheshopasana rupayam. Avashishtayam savishesh bhaktaucha. Sri Vishnu Rupam abahumanyamanaha kechit nirakareshwara anyakareshwarasya cha upasanayam manyante. That means whoever is, that means in the Paramatma, that means in the Vishishta Bhakti, that means in the Paramatma and Bhagavan, in these two cases, Vishnu's forms only accepted. Here also Bhagavan is Vishnu, Varaha, Kurma, Matsya, so whatever, that means all these forms only. Bhagavan means. Paramatma means also Vishnu form only. These are only accepted, but someone is rejecting Vishnu's form in these, in the Savi, that means they are worshipping some form, but that is not Vishnu, and or otherwise worshipping the without form, or worshipping the other than the Vishnu's forms. So whoever are doing, they are all also rejected. Who is that example is? Example is Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu rejected the Vishnu and worship Brahmaji as Supreme Personality. And he treated Vishnu as ordinary person. Hey, what is this Vishnu? He is a Devata, ordinary Devata. So that means not worshipping Vishnu, non-Vishnu forms, worshipping non-Vishnu's form is rejected, and considering Vishnu as normal form is also rejected. Getting? So that means we are whole, now we are eliminating. This is elimination process. We took the whole world, and after that we divided, and we divided the whole Upasana into 3 categories. Then after that, so we started eliminating one by one, and finally we are going to establish so Ananya Bhakti. This is a style of the Jiva Goswami, second style. This is already he established one style in the previous module, and this is the new. So people are the second style, that's all. Only 2 styles. Hiranyakashiporapi nitya atmavyayah shuddhah ityadi tadvakyena yadruchayeshah srujati avyayah ityadi tadahrute itihasa vakyena tena kruta brahmastavena cha brahmagnanam nirakareshwara gnanam anyakareshwara gnanam cha tasya asti iti varnyate. Hiranyakashipu is having the brahmagnanam. That means if you see the glorification done by the Hiranyakashipu, and also Hiranyakashipu statement when his brother died in 7-22 in that statement, and Hiranyakashipu's another, that means Itihasa, related to Itihasa. So that statement, and Hiranyakashipu's glorification to the Brahmaji in those statements, if you observe, Hiranyakashipu is having the Brahmagnanam, Hiranyakashipu is interested in the worshipping of Nirakara, and also he is having the Nirakara Ishvara Gnanam, and he is also having the Anyakara Ishvara Gnanam. That means non-Vishnu's forms, worshipping the non-Vishnu's form. This Gnanam also he is having. So, and Hiranyakashipu is taken as a role model for this practicing Samukyam. Is he role model for anyone? No, na. Hiranyakashipu is rejected. Who is having all these three? Means all these three are the rejected. What are rejected? Brahmagnanam, Nirakareshwara Gnanam, and Anyakareshwara Gnanam. Accepting others as Ishvara, other forms as Ishvara than the Vishnu. Brahmagnanam, Nirakareshwara Gnanam. So Brahman is Brahman, Nirakareshwara means Ishvara without form. Difference is there or not? He is Ishvara but formless Ishvara. And it is Brahman. Brahma Gnanam is different and Nirakar Ishvara Gnanam is different.
We know Brahma Gyan, that is Nirvishesh. Nirvishesh means who accept Nirakar. Lord is when you say somebody says Lord is Nirakar, that is comes.
Now Lord is, that is Nireshwara, Nirakar Ishvara Gnanam, that is. You are saying Muslims. They are accepting Allah but there is no form. There is Nirakareshwar. But Brahmavadis, they are not accepting any Ishvara of Ishvara. They Brahman.
So that Nirakareshwar Gyanam, that is also categories that.
It is also one category.
That we can say Muslim, Quran, they are coming.
But I cannot say, I don't know. But yes, I heard some here and there. So because in my, back to my house, the Muslims are there staying. So they say actually Allah, so they put something frame and I ask what is the form? They don't hit no form. But Allah is there and no form. That's Nirakareshwar Gnanam, that is. Mike. Is clear? No, accepting, that means Nirakareshwar Gnanam, Anyakareshwar Gnanam is not accepted actually. People may assume like that. What is it? Yeah.
If he assumes Ishvara as Nirakara, that is Nirakareshwar Gnanam, but the following is Anyakareshwar Gnanam. He is accepting Ishvara as some Anya.
Anyakara means other than Vishnu Sakara.
So Brahma. So he is accepting the form of Brahma.
No. Anyakara means accepting the Indra as the Ishvara or the Brahmaji as the Ishvara. Like that.
So he is assuming they are Ishvaras. That means they have forms.
Forms, Brahmaji is not having any form.
He is having form.
Indra is not having any form.
Yeah,
if you worship Indra as Supreme Personality of Godhead, then what is that? This is Anyakareshwar Gnanam. This is.
But this is contradicting Nirakareshwar Gnanam.
Are bhai, his words are reflecting all these different categories. It's not that the he may be having different ideas. His sentences are reflecting all these.
You took example of Hiranyakashipu and said that he is that kind of bhakta, and still people rejected him, that it means he is not perfect. But there are many devotees also who is considering or doing worship of Brahma and even demigods, but they are not like Hiranyakashipu. They are pious people. So how we can understand that? One also can say he is pious and is doing demigod bhakti. So what is the wrong in this?
Their apahurta gnana, their intelligence is stolen. Whoever is worshipping other demigods and doing the karma, they are pious people. Like, so treating also Vishnu as one of the demigod, and they are so pious and so nice family, worshipping Havanakund, charity, all the niyama, everything they follow. Good brahmanas. But they say Vishnu is also one of the demigod among the all. And those are known as karmis. They're but they offend the Vaishnava. Bhakti Maharani. They take bhakti as the anga of the karma. So, but Bhakti Maharani is so merciful, even if they mistreat bhakti, so but she will bear that insult, but still she will give the result of that karma. चलो ठीक है भाई, इतना तो कर रहे हैं, चल ले लो. So because of that offense, they are not going to get any taste in the bhakti. When they get association of the devotees and when they understand their offense till now what happened and they take up chanting seriously, then they will get back their taste. Karmis. So that's say instead of karmis, making devotees vikarmis is best, easy. Because there is less chance of offending the Bhakti Maharani actually. Vikarmis are easy. Like Ajamil is the example for that. Vikarmi. And Karmi is example is Daksha. Today you got exam? He wrote. सब मास कॉपी कर दिए क्या लोग नहीं है ना, पेपर आउट हो गए पहले ही. ओके चलिए कल देखेंगे टुमारो. हरे कृष्ण. थैंक यू वेरी मच. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.